Cardio burns fat, right? No. Cardio actually burns calories, usually in the form of carbs in the bloodstream that are then replaced with the very next meal that you.
Hey, this is Doc. Hey, this is Doc coming to you. You know, today we are doing a little bit of Animal Crossing. We are going to do the Pocket Camp. While I'm doing this, we are going to be just chatting. I'm going to turn the audio down just a smidge more. Here. Okay. Okay, one of the things that in my life that was something I did when I was growing up was in high school. I hung around with a bunch of my friends, and we did what they call CBing, cruising CBing, and hanging out, and the typical fun things that teenagers do. And so one of those things that I did, was the CBing. And with the CB, we all had CB handles. Mine was Beetle, short for Beetle Bailey. And I'm going to step away a moment. I'm going to introduce you my companion in a little while, but I'm going to go grab him. Anyway. All right. So I was given, the opportunity to go into the United States Army, and I decided I needed to serve my country. And so I did just that. I went into the Army. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard being in the Army. In the military in general, it's hard. You're away from home. You're subject to a lot of different things. And in those hard times, you do a lot of things. You know, you might have to go to combat. So I was very fortunate. I did not have to go to combat. And I made a lot of good friends and everything in the United States Army. But I was discharged in the early 90s. Medically discharged. For me, it was life-changing. Okay, I have a lot of permanent disabilities that are never going to go away. But long story short, I love what I do. I work at Home Depot. So I'm going to give them a cheap plug. I work at Home Depot. I run plumbing and electrical departments. And I just started, when I started at Home Depot, I started part-time. I had a lot of health challenges. Been going through a long journey of struggles. Lost jobs, lost work, lost a business that I was running. But while I was at Home Depot and I went full time, I had met this gal who works over in the paint department. Her name's Doris. She's a trip. That's all I can say. And her mom and dad have both passed away, and so she was going through their stuff. So she doesn't have, her parents are gone now, and so she's going through their stuff, and she found this really cool thing, and she thought of me. So she came to work one day and said, John, can you come over to the paint department? She called me on our work phones in the store. I'm like, yeah, I can come over. She goes, I've got something for you. And she goes, I found this when I was going through my mom and dad's stuff. And this was my dad's. And she goes, I remember it really well when I was growing up. Or, well, that my dad had that. And it is a stuffed Beetle Bailey. The hard plastic head. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. This is an awesome thing to get from a coworker at work. That was her dad's. This thing has to be, I did some research on it, and yes, unfortunately it was made in China, but I looked for this thing online. I researched it and I found it, and it was probably, if I remember correctly after doing my research, it was 1950s or 60s. Back then that's when they used a lot of the hard plastic stuff for doing this. So and she goes, I thought of you because you were in the Army. And I said, Doris, do you know there's a backstory to Beetle Bailey? This brought me to tears when I told, brought me to tears when she gave it to me. And she goes, "Why are you so emotional?" I said, "There's a lot of a backstory that goes behind this Beetle Bailey." And I told her the story about growing up and doing this cruising and having a CB, and I was a CB'er, and my CB handle was Beetle, short for Beetle Bailey. And then I went in the Army shortly, a couple years after that. And she was like, "Wow, I had no idea." I said, "Yeah, and this just really, the fact that you had the intuition that it was just right for me, just told me a story. And that story has completely meant so much. That's meant so much to me, that she thought of me and gave me something that was her folks, but it actually had a connection for me." And so I thought, wow. So yeah, my time in the Army was fantastic. I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends and that sort of thing. We have a question mark down here, exclamation point down here. So let's see what we're looking for. But people don't understand. My life has been a challenge. When I was in the military, I was in at the latter part of Ronald Reagan's presidency, and I was in all the way through the start of Bill Clinton's presidency. And I don't know, it just seemed when I was at one of my duty stations, stationed in Fort Riley, Kansas, I was considered by my commander awesome, because I was an E4, and I was given a position that should have been held by a staff sergeant or an E6. I ran the camo shop for my last 6 months at Fort Riley, Kansas, and they sent me, before that they sent me to the NCO Academy, and they, I made the commandant's list, but I did not make distinguished honor grad because I had one bad test that I missed a 90% or higher by 1 point. So I was just a smidge shy, but I had a really great anyway, so that was really heartwarming. And I see I have another viewer on my stream. Thank you for watching. Give me if you like what you're hearing, my stream is going to be evolving a little bit as I go here in the future. I'm working at different stuff. So, and I want to make connections with my viewers. I want people to understand that there's a lot of things going on in this world. There's always been a lot of things going on in this world, and some of these things are not good. We're in an awful time. There's a lot of people with struggles with work. I've been down that road. It plain old stinks, you know. There is no easy way to share some of this. I feel like at times our people in our country have become complacent, but it's, you know, there's a lot of struggles. I've been through some of these struggles. At some time in the future, I will be talking about my mine and my wife's journey from the time we got married all the way to present. It was hard. It was hard. In fact, I could probably talk a little bit about that. I'm thinking my pal Beetle Bailey, he's going to be a regular on my stream. He may even get his own camera at some point. I just don't know how things are going to evolve, but right. Yes, I see that. I can only monitor so much here with my 3 screens. It's kind of wild. Trying to do a lot of this, but I do appreciate you watching. All right, hey, please give me a follow. I appreciate it when you duck out, okay? But I am having the time of my life doing what I'm doing here. I'm going to continue chatting it up with everything I am doing. I'm trying to get more people out here on my stream because I want to build a great community. I want to be able to. Everybody needs friends these days, and you know that's what we're about. But back in the year 2000, my wife and we got married. My wife had been looking for she had gone through a lot of struggles with finding somebody to be with. What she realized eventually is to become content with where God had her in her life, in her journey. So she decided if she wasn't gonna find someone to marry and be with, that she would be content at being single. And her singleness, and by doing that, it sent God looked at her and said, you know what? Now you're doing what I want you to do. Be content with where you are at now. And when she did that, I came into her life. Little did she know, I was a little nutty. But we started hanging out at Elmbrook Church in the singles ministry. I was the sound guy for the singles ministry, and she was the music coordinator for the worship teams, multiple worship teams in the singles ministry. And when that happened, we would hang out together a lot, and we did a lot of things together. And at one point, she asked me to come over for Thanksgiving. And I thought, well, okay, I can go there for Thanksgiving. So I went over to her family's for Thanksgiving, met her mom, her dad, the whole clan was there. All of my nieces and nephews, which is one of the reasons I do stream. And I have I have 6 nieces and nephews, and my reason for streaming has been that I wanted to reconnect with all of them, and I have in different ways. So it's been great. But long story short, I got to meet the whole clan and everybody, and before we went home, her dad and I had a conversation, and he said, since you are both later in life, he goes, I give you my blessing if you decide that you want to get married. So he was already thinking that I was going to be a part of the family, so which really warmed my heart. But I fell in love with her, deeply in love. She is the most remarkable woman I know. She is God's most precious gift to me, besides my salvation. Okay, and so I talk about this that way. So I decided to invite her to my family's for Christmas. And she was like, no, I don't know, I don't know what you are looking to do. So I said, well, I told her, I said, I'm really serious about being with you. And I told her that. And we eventually had our first kiss. We went for a drive. We had our first kiss, but we never had an actual date, so to speak. It wasn't like we did one-on-one stuff very often. We mainly just went places together, and we hung out together, and that sort of thing. But I went and visited her. She went with me to Christmas, and she was torn. And we had talked about doing premarital classes. I hadn't asked her to marry me yet, but I wanted to go through the classes before we were engaged to make sure that it would be the right fit. See if there were any red flags. And we had gotten through the classes, and shortly before the classes were over, I went and got her engagement ring, and I invited her over to my house on Valentine's Day. I cooked steak dinner, and I was nervous and very nervous because that was when I was going to ask her to marry me. So I couldn't wait till after dinner, so I had her go sit on the couch in the living room, and I went into my room and I got the engagement ring, and I had asked her, I got down on a knee and I took her hand and I asked her to if she would marry me. And I could barely ask it because I was so nervous. And she was like, absolutely, yes, immediately. There was no hesitation. And it was just, in my opinion, it was just the most awesome feeling that I had ever seen. So it was really an amazing thing. But I got two different chats here because I'm streaming 2 places, both YouTube and Twitch. I love doing this. Anyway, yeah, so we got engaged, and that next Sunday when we went to our, was like the last week of our premarital classes, we told our group leaders that we were now engaged. They were so happy for us, but we started planning a wedding. We did a very low budget wedding. We got married in September, and all of my nieces and nephews were all a part of our wedding. And it was the most amazing part of my journey in this world. But we eventually got married, and we've been married now 20 years, and we've had a very unique journey. It's not always been easy. It has been hard. Life is hard. Anybody who says they're upset or frustrated or depressed or lonely, I understand that, and I get it. I feel awful. I went through my bouts of depression. I'm sure other people have gone through their bouts of depression. I've been on medication for depression, which was not fun. But and life is all but what it is. Life is a journey. My journey, it goes better, so continues on in my journey. My wife and I so my journey has been terrible. I worked for a car dealership. we had just a really great wedding. We went down to Disney World, Florida for our honeymoon. All right. All right, hey, Rebez Al Quadi, if I pronounced that correct. Thank you for watching. I've just been discussing my journey in life. My life has been a whirlwind. I'm going to introduce you to my pal, Beetle Bailey. He is one of my favorites. Okay? Me and him don't go back very, very far. You know, anyway, yeah, I was just talking about my journey in life. Today is about my story. It is plush with a hard head. This thing is probably from the 60s, 50s or 60s. So I am just amazed. One of my co-workers gave me this Beetle Bailey, and he's going to be hanging out with me more often. Eventually, I'm going to get him into his own gaming chair or something, so I can have him on a webcam. All right. Well, I appreciate all the help you can give me. I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming in the future. I'm just doing this one this morning because for a while, because I got to go to work at some point, but it's going to be just amazing. I like it when people can make my chat blow up here. I've been doing a lot more on my stream here, trying to make everything work well. Let me go finish up what I'm doing here. And, you know, everything has been good for me lately. You know, I have a great job, great career. So I do appreciate any follows, any likes. You can also catch me on all right. I'm glad you are back. I am just trying to do a little bit of chatting. I've had a great time in my world here. I'm fairly new at the streaming thing, so it's been a journey. Right now, my streaming schedule is all over the map because I work all kinds of strange hours. If I can, I like to get a stream in before I go to work. If I have a closing shift, doesn't always happen. And I like to stream in the evenings when I get home from work if it's not too late. And then any days off that I have. So I take time to do some streaming. So it is fairly sporadic at this point because I work in retail. I'm a Home Depot supervisor, so they don't give me any set consistent schedule. So it makes doing this that much harder. Streaming is not the priority for me at you know, my job pays for my mortgage and everything, so oh, you're Swedish. Thank you. I will try and do some streaming every day. I'll try and get a stream in every day. Sometimes it'll be morning, sometimes it'll be evenings, but that would be, you know, everything that's been going on helps, so I appreciate that. You can give my YouTube channel a like or follow. I would appreciate that as well. Or you can go on to Twitch, www.twitch.tv/CoolPCDoc, and you can follow me there too. That's my primary streaming source. I just started doing my streams on YouTube. Last night was the first night I started doing some streaming. Sometimes I do Minecraft. Sometimes I do a variety of things. I love my retro games, so want you to know that everything that I do is just trying to keep a variety. That way I can get a lot of different venues in play. So let's see if I got all of his requests. Need some help. Oh yeah. But we're just having a blast here. And I'm doing Animal Crossing from my Galaxy Note 9 through my PC, so I wish they would have a landscape mode for it, because it would be so much better. I'm not going to have enough time to do some Minecraft today, but now I can see multi-stream on my Streamlabs OBS software. So I forgot to have that put forward last night. I might stream some tonight, but it'll be Minecraft would be probably later after 10 o'clock tonight here in the United States, so the Central Time Zone. So I don't know what time that would be over where you're at, but because I get off about 10 tonight. Thank you. I've worked really hard to getting this thing looking the way it's supposed to. Getting the audios adjusted. One of my nephews, he's an affiliate on Twitch, and he's been giving me pointers along the way. He comes in, checks my stream out, and we talk on the phone. But he is yeah, I kind of figured it'd be about 3 a.m. or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of times people don't around the world are sleeping at that time. But I am having a time of my life. Oh, I have a 4th viewer. Thank you for watching. I have to look at my Twitch stream here. Oh, this is great, man. I think the multi-stream is the way for me to go right now until I become an affiliate. So I'm just having a great time. You know, when we do stuff like this, we need to have fun when we're doing it. If we're not having fun, and I'm always having fun, I like to share. Oh, hey, say hi to everybody. I just love this. I'm having a time of my life. Oh, missed the bug. Doggone it. My response time isn't as good as when I'm using my mouse to control everything. But, you know, it is what it is. Now I just want to get everybody helped out here. I do have to take a short little break. I will be right back. My stream blew up this morning between Twitch and YouTube. Oh my god. YouTube. Four. I tap to mark it. Now I'm up streaming 60 frames a second. Oh my god. I need to go find it so bad. Well, it's not me. Okay, make the rounds here and then I'm going to stop my stream. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. All right. Oh, this has been such a great time. I'm just having a blast. I appreciate everybody who watches and follows. Followers are appreciated. This has been absolutely an amazing journey I go on every day when I do this, and I will try to make sure that I can stream every day a little bit. If I have to get up a little earlier, I may have to do that. Or stay up later. I don't know, you know. I just want to make sure I don't burn myself out, too. So, it's a fine line between all this stuff. And I'm looking to find balance, and I have yet to figure that one out. But I'll continue my story in the future on my journey through marriage. That is what I'm going to be talking about, the struggles, and as to one of the reasons I do this is I've reconnected with my nieces and nephews, and I've got 6 of them. Oh my word. And most of them are doing some sort of either video game streaming or they're selling merchandise on Facebook, doing video sales. So it's pretty kind of cool. So, it's one of those things. I'm always trying to help people. I do work at Home Depot, and I'm going to tell you, it's a job where I get to help people. I get to help them figure out their projects, find what they need for their projects. So, it's all good. Alright, we're done on this spot. Let's go to the next one. I always like to make the rounds on the game, and then once I make the rounds, it will be time for me to just about go. But, oh, I see we have another viewer over here, either on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not sure which, but it's all grandiose. I appreciate everything that people are doing when they're following and watching. Please give me a follow either on YouTube or on Twitch TV, www.twitch.tv/CoolPCDoc. And let's see. So that is where I'm at on Twitch TV. It's been a great run. I'm having a time of my life. We have an amazing community of streamers. I know quite a few streamers personally. I've got several in my family. I have 3 nephews that stream fairly regularly. One of them, he hasn't been on in a while, Boss Arcade. I'm hoping that he'll be back on the scene again. Nautical Yak, we call him Yak, and GoPalm. He is an amazing streamer. He has figured out how to make this thing work. He puts a lot of time in. He talks about depression. He talks about a lot of different things. Oh, I've got 5 viewers now. Hey, thank you for watching. My nephews are all amazing guys. They know how to do this the right way. My one nephew, he works full time, and he streams and he's an affiliate. But he doesn't do long streams anymore because he needs to have some time for himself as well. So it's one of those things where they are amazing guys and they do it right. They talk about good topics, things that are important in this world. My one nephew, he talks about depression and how to help get yourself through it. And you gotta have people to talk to. You really do. So anyway, I see a couple have dropped off, and that's okay. But my why for doing this is my nephews, and nieces. I have a niece. She sells jewelry on Facebook, and she does really good videos and showcases things. She does live streams right on Facebook. Her husband Craig, he sometimes helps her with some of the technical aspects of it. But I watched her evolve, and she's doing an amazing job. So we've got all these different people I know doing this stuff and just doing it the right way. Give this guy a snack. Load him up on a bunch of snacks. See if I can raise his level up any. I get those by the boatload. I'm not worried about it. We're just having everything going on here. He went from level 17 to level 23. Lots of rewards in this game. That's how we get the things I need for crafting. Okay, let's go go back to my home camp here at my camp, and I've been made the rounds, and it'll be a little while before we can do any more, but that's okay. I do have to think about getting ready for work and getting some lunch in and all those sorts of things. I'm thinking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches today for lunch. Gotta help this one out. This game is about helping. And that's what we need to be doing in this world, is helping others. Not just in this season of Christmas, but in the seasons, all seasons of the year. So, let's go and see if I have any enough stuff to... I got most of my things, my amenities built up. That I don't. Not, these aren't quite ready for without me using leaf tickets, and I don't want to use leaf tickets. So let's just see. Maybe I can eat a couple of cookies here. Oh, this is a full... That's a clothing one. We don't want clothing. We're gonna need all 13 of those bad boys, because I'm hungry. Yeah, you know, I'm always hungry. Ooh, clothesline pole. I like it. Woohoo! A metal flagpole. Apple. Love it. All right. All right. Well, I do appreciate the viewers and the any follows I've had. I do appreciate everything. You will see me back here either late tonight or sometime tomorrow. It's been real. Keep it real. This is Cool PC Doc saying have a great rest of your day and peace out.